to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So on 4th down, the Jags send out Brad Nortman to punt. Back deep for the Colts is Phillip Dorsett. Dorsett on the return. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. One receiver left is Hilton. To throw is Love. Allen's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Four yards remaining now on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. On the run, it's Robert Turbin. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Bortles now on 1st down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's brought down after a good gain. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Deep drop. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, partner, something we're going to have a little while to debate, but let's go ahead and take a peek at the draft order. Browns, of course, will get the 1st pick in the draft. San Fran, Chicago, Jacksonville, and then Tennessee will actually have number 5 and number 18.
All right, let's take a quick look at these. Cleveland, San Francisco, Chicago. All of them have starting quarterbacks, but will they be in 2017? I doubt it. I think they'll have decisions to make about who's going to be their quarterback, and maybe that comes through the draft. Then you get down there to number 4, Jacksonville. Blake Bortles should be solid in there, But with this season where he seemed to regress, whoever is the new head coach will have a decision to make there. And then how about, as you mentioned, Tennessee at 5-18, an excellent season for the Titans this year. They're making a push for the playoffs in 2017.
And, of course, the 5th pick that they have is the slot held by the Rams. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, you know what we need to do? We need to give a hat tip to 2 guys that are riding off into the sunset. Steve Smith and Robert Mathis both have announced the end of their careers.
Let's start with Robert Mathis. You see all the tributes coming from around the league. Everyone talking about what an exceptional pro Robert Mathis has been throughout his career. And the guy has over 120 sacks in his career as well. And how about Steve Smith? Came into the league as a punt returner and became a WR1. How about that? While the all-timers, I think both of them will merit Hall of Fame consideration, and both of them should get plenty of votes.
A good pick up there, 20 yards.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Dwayne Allen in motion. On first down, Love. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. That incompletion allows me to get this stat in. You ready? Playoff stat. Home teams were 0-4 in the wild card games last year. This time, they rolled, winning all 4 games by 13, 18, 20, and 25 points. That's 76 combined.
I love your math. How about that? Now, the teams that got beat, they don't like the math so much. But how about how that shapes up the divisional round matchups now? We've got some big-time.
Philip Dorsett by himself. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, 54 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jaguars getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Bortles on the bootleg. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They come up in an offset eye. To throw is Bortles. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Partner, we've got a hot second here. Let's talk about the AFC divisional round matchups because both are rematches from the regular season. Houston did compete very well against New England. I think Jacoby Brissett was playing quarterback for the Patriots. And Kansas City, the same thing against Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh was up big in that ballgame.
Yeah, Pittsburgh rolled 43-14 in that one. And you're right, Brissett started week 3. Pats beat the Texans 27-0. Hard to go against the Patriots. I think the Steelers and Chiefs should be a fun one.
I agree with you totally on that because I think that Kansas City-Pittsburgh game, they're the sleeper for going to the Super Bowl, the winner of that one.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Brad Nordman now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. 3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here we go now. Green, 58 rounds. Black 58 rounds.
Carry number 10 now for Ivory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Julius Thomas. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. On 1st down, Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's got time in the pocket. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the interception, it's Locke. A dump down to Turman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Caught left side by Hilton. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. One receiver left is Hilton. From the red zone now, Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's It's out, and the Jags grab it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Now out come the Jags. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the pistol, Ivory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Completes it to Hearns. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Bortles on the bootleg. Caught right side. It's Lewis. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing now is Bortles. Oh, no, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
All right, so this one's now back within a field goal, and if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel, and I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a first down throw. Locke caught on the right side by Dorsett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, here's Locke. Over the middle, Dorsett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Luck on first down. Complete to Dorsett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On first down, Locke. Allen's got it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. 30 yards on the pickup there. And the Colts are going to have a first. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. On first down, it's Locke. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Second and 10, Luck again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Play fake to Turbin. Now Locke. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now a first down following that long gain. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Bortles now on first down. He's got time. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long.
Check.
Right back to Ferguson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Third and long, it's locked. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Here's Ivory. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And Robinson with a big catch. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did. I
think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Ivory, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jags are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. after the touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, Dorsett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they try.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, and now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this one is right through. And they have regained the lead. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.